All right, everyone, how about 3 quick cards and a bottom card with me? I thought I'd come in late today now that the Lionsgate All Signs reading's been up for a while. Breaking all records here, by the way. I think it had like 30K views the last time I saw it. It's only been up like a day and a half. That said, I want to take a look at the energies around the DF right now. And I sort of pick up on things before I do readings. I did a pre-shuffle here, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the changing energies, because everybody's being course corrected back on the proper freeway toward their soul's true purpose. That's an easy way to phrase it. And that's what's happening here with Lionsgate, blending with North Node energies like it is. It's a course correction. And within any course correction, anytime the energies around us are changing, right? It's always best to go with the flow, like I tell you. But there is always something built into it. And it showed up, sure enough, I picked up on it today. It showed up right here in my pre-shuffle. And I call it the wobble. All right, so let's take a look, because the universe obviously wants to talk about that. These are the energies around you guys. Not about your runner, not about somebody coming in or anything like that. We talked about that in the Lionsgate readings and readings that came before it. Let's talk about the changing energies around you, your course correction. All right, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're definitely here for a reason, especially right now during portal season from now through the end of the year. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it, because you're all moving at different speeds, right? You're all on different timelines. Okay, let's talk about it. All the energies around us are changing now. Here with Lionsgate, I'm pulling this on August 8th. Right at the peak of that energy, which will take until about the first part of September to dissipate out. These energies are strong, and August is the North Node sandwich, like I've been saying. August starts with a North Node, which I opened with a North Node reading, and it ends with a North Node alignment with Chiron, in fact. That being said, I'm going to be pulling some big readings this week, but let's talk about the energies that are changing here around us. And let's talk about that wobble, because here it is. It's the moon. It showed up right here. There's destiny. There's the star. I'm pulling on fucking Lionsgate, and I get a star. I can't seem to get rid of that card, offline or online here. The star is crossing the moon, okay? Anytime the energies around us change, anytime there's a course correction, there's always a wobble. That wobble comes from within us. We create it, okay? Because built into us, we all have a fear of the unknown. We all have, things are going to feel off. Things are going to feel different for about the rest of this month. They probably already have for a lot of you leading up to this. But from here on, things are going to feel very different for you. It's going to feel off. You're going to have an urge to want to make things feel normal, okay? Much the way an addict might want to make things feel normal by taking a hit. Oh, I could just have one hit and everything will be fine. You know, like that. You know, it just is. It comes from us. And it's right here with the moon crossed by the star. Underneath that, in my pre-shuffle, is the King of Cups. Crossing that King of Cups is a King of Swords. All right? It's just talking about the wobble. It's about the affecting energy is go with the flow. Right? This king always does. He's the action king. He takes action. The King of Truth, right? Holds Archangel Michael's sword of truth. He's crossing the King of Cups, who's a little bit wishy-washy. This is a very overrated card in most instances. It's the only time it's a spectacular card, the King of Cups, is in certain context, right? When the energies around it say, you know, someone's about to tell you how they feel, would be a way to read the King of Cups as something very decent. But in this case here, this is, again, it's just reflecting the wobble. And on the back end of it all, what you don't know, bookending the moon, is the Four of Wands. All right? This is that course correction. This is getting it right. This is a happy new beginning that on a path that actually leads to a real Ten of Pentacles. All right? And a lot of what's going on is underneath the surface. You don't know. You can't tell. Things are going to feel weird. Things are going to feel different. Just allow that energy to flow. Process it as it comes in. Look at it. And me telling you this helps you to do that, because you know what it is, right? Like if you're worried about a health problem, you're up all night worried about it. Oh my God, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that. And then you go to the doctor and he or she says it's nothing. Don't worry about it, right? Well, you may still have the symptoms when you go home, but you're not going to be as worried about it, are you? Because, you know, they told you it's no big deal. It's kind of what I'm doing for you here. All right. There is always a wobble that comes within us. These are big changes that are happening. These are big course corrections. But they're all rooted here in Four of Wands. All right. Let's pull 3 cards and a bottom card. See what else the universe wants to tell us about the energies going on, the changes. This is just for the DF. That's all. This is for the non-runners. This is for my, well, you know, basically 99.99% of my viewers. It's for you guys. That's what I asked the universe to give me, and that's what it's given me. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's do 3 cards and a bottom card. If I think something needs to be clarified, I will. Okay, let's see where we go here. Talk about these changes. Well, my bottom card, very interesting. Bottom card, I'll show it to you first. It crosses the center card I'm going to pull. It's the 5 of Pentacles. All right. I want to see, I don't always do this, but I want to see what's crossing it, just for fun. See 10 swords. See? You're going to feel, the universe still wants to talk about that wobble. I think it's worried about some of you. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people resist these changes when they happen. These moments, these are moments that are very rare in life, where we get a course correction back to our soul's true purpose. On the main road of destiny, getting corrected. It's like we stopped and we got directions. All right? But a lot of people don't believe those directions, right? We always make the jokes about guys never stop for directions, right? And even when they get directions, they do whatever the hell they want anyway. Well, that's most people. That's human nature. All of this is happening here. This is the wobble again. Things are changing. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel like that, maybe at times, like you're out in the cold. But that's all right. Just flow with it. It's cool. It's really, really, really good stuff that's happening right now. It really is. See? The World, most powerful card I can pull right there. A cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning. You know, pre-shuffle aside, let's just talk about these cards now. A cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning. We can't ignore this. Something is ending. The affecting energy around it is something is ending. You're going to feel a sense of loss when that happens. It's okay. Changes always bring a sense of melancholy with them. Okay, always. So it's fine. Just flow with it. This is verification. And this is the most powerful verification I can get. The World implies we've passed judgment here. This shit is happening. We've got the directions from the universe and we know where we're going now. All right? We're trying to get back on that road. But most people, human nature is to fight it. Oh, this feels weird. Things feel off. I'm just going to put things back the way they were. Don't. Resist that urge. Obviously, I have to say it for legal reasons. Do what you want. Make your own decisions. Okay? You know, like the disclaimers say, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. Blah, 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 blah. I'm your energy weatherman. I'm telling you what's going on. Flow with the changes. All right? What's this 5 of Pentacles here crossing? What's the center card? Look at this. You see these cards? You see this shit? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, everything's going to be okay is what this says. 5 of Pentacles crossing the Ace of Pentacles. Chill. Yep, going to feel like things are dead, done, over, 10 swords ending. Yep, going to make you nervous too. I see multiple birds in the air flying around. Nervous little critters, right? It's going to make you nervous. It's going to feel like everything's going to be all right. That's what this says right here in the center position. Why? Because the cycle, these are red center, left, right, because the cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning. What's red with the World? Oh, I can't wait. It's the High Priestess. Just go with the flow. Just go with it. It's the universe screaming at you to just go with it. Look, and this wanted to come out with it. I'm just going to throw it there. I know it's 3 cards, but in the bottom card, these 2 are fused together. I just decided to take it anyway and put it down there because it's the 6 of Wands. And I always see this as the Ace of Wands. For some reason, I always read that as that. And you know, these 10s, doesn't matter about the suit. Swords, wands, whatever. These 10s all reset to an ace. I got I got an ace here. I got a card that resets to an ace here. And I've got something here that reads like an Ace of Wands. A happy new beginning if you just flow with the energy. These cards say the same damn thing as the pre-shuffle did. And that's the way it should be in one of my readings. Okay? If I talk to the universe before I hit the record button, I should get the same damn reading after I hit it. And I pretty much do. But now it knows you're watching. Okay? It's not just me talking to the universe. Now it's all of us here. This is, if you go with this, if you allow, your intuition is driving now, allow it. Take the directions you're getting from the universe, right? It will lead you down the right path. It's perfectly fine. Things are going to feel weird. That wobble comes from within us. We do it to ourselves. My addict analogy is perfect, right? Things always feel weird when they quit the drugs or the drinking or the smoking or whatever. Things always feel weird. Everything feels off. Nothing feels right. And they tell themselves, always that little voice in their head says, oh, I could just have one hit. I'll just have one. You know, I won't do it. I'm not back on it. It's not going to count. I'm just going to have one. And they have the one, and it puts things back to normal. But then they keep doing that. They keep doing it. And that's how people fuck themselves. It's not just about the addict. That's just an analogy. It's about just human nature. It's what people do. They like things to stay the same. Things can't stay the same right now. We're in a new energy. You're going to see it play out in the soulmate cycle. You're going to see it play out there in the real world, out there outside the soulmate cycle, in the collective energy. All right? And the universe kept bringing it up, so I'm harping on it a little bit. I want you to know about it so that when you get that wobble, when you feel like everything feels weird, oh my God, I should just put things back, do not. All right? Just remember what I said. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be okay. That's what this means right here. 5 of Pentacles crossing the Ace of Pentacles. Everything's going to be fine. All right, let's see what the witches have to say. I want to clarify. I want to clarify the world. That's a powerful card to clarify. I'm going to do it. I want to see about this new cycle. All right? Maybe it'll tell me about the old. Maybe it'll tell me about the new. Maybe it'll tell me about both. I don't know. Let's find out. I think this is an important reading. I know a lot of people get disappointed when I pull readings on them and not their person or whatever. Everybody different, but this is important because these energies are affecting you as well. You're getting put back on a proper course of destiny. All right? Everybody here, for the most part, the entire fucking world has veered off of it. It's crazy talk out there. It's nuts. And it's time for all that to stop. We got to start getting real, you know? And a lot of people resist change. They don't like it. I'll tell you what. Let's see where we go here. The world. Just follow your intuition. I swear to God, this card wanted to come out with a victory. The 6 of Wands. It's really nice. Tell me about the world, universe. Why is the world here? Why? Oh, look at this. See? A 9 of Wands. That's the old energy. Okay, well, it's in part the universe talking about the wobble again. Around this world card is an energy. There's an absorbent number of people generating a wobble here. Okay, again, it's going to feel weird. This is going to be a weird feeling month. But at the end of it all, you'll be glad you went through it. You will if you flow with that energy and follow your intuition. And don't push it back. Don't hide it. Just let your emotions flow. Whatever it is you feel, allow yourself to feel it. Okay? So that's one angle on this 9 of Wands. That's the environmental energy around the world as a cycle is trying to change. But this is also about the old cycle. The old cycle was very restrictive and tiring. You know, we're already in the new core energy cycle and have been since about the end of April. I started talking about it in the middle of March. But, you know, 9s are the end in tarot. What's ending is this slog, right? This not feeling like we know where we're going. I gave the analogy at the beginning of this. If we were lost, we were driving around and lost and we got directions. Well, this is representing the energy of not knowing where we were going, driving around lost. You know, it is like that. It has been like that. Let's see what's on top here. This is good. But that's the energy around it, and any kind of wobble, any kind of resistance you put into these changes, just going to slow them down. They're happening anyway, whether you like it or not. The world tells me that. You can't beat the world. I don't care who you are. This is the most powerful card in the major arcana in the whole fucking deck. It really is. I don't know when the world fell out of favor. I used to say that a lot last year. You used to be able to Google it, Google the world card, and they'd say arguably the best card in the deck. And all of a sudden, I watch a lot of readings, and all of a sudden I see the world come out and people make no big deal about it. I'm pulling a reading on changes happening, a course correction. I've gotten the star and the world in the same fucking reading. That's some shit. That's worth raising an eyebrow at the very least and going, oh wow, this is some serious shit. Look at this. Ace of Pentacles. That's the most solid new beginning you can have. That's going in the right direction. It might be grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour, but it has taken a while for all this to happen. 9 wands is crossing that, right? It's taken a long time. It's been a bit of a slog. This is a solid new beginning. We're going in the right direction now in this new cycle. If you follow your intuition, there's nothing but victory here. What's on top of this? Oh God, 2 cards wanted to come out. I'm going to place them. I'm going to take the top card and put it here. It's another Ace of Pentacles, and I've got a Wheel of Fortune in the center. My base card is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune in the center here is red with this crossing card. I said this is coming to an end. This slog, right? Well, it is. The wheel is turning. Now I've got a reading where I'm pulling on a course correction in on the road to destiny, and I got the Star, the World, and the Wheel of Fortune, and 2 Ace of Pentacles. And the message to you in the final outcome is just follow your intuition, stay away from the wobble. I know things are going to feel weird. I know they are. They're going to feel different. You're going to wake up one morning, probably very soon. You might have even woke up today and felt it. I did. But regardless, you're going to wake up and feel like everything just feels off. Everything feels different. How can I? And you're going to try to fight your way. It's human nature to fight and keep things the same. Don't do it. Just flow with that energy. It's changing here. Big changes. I got an Ace of Pentacles here telling me that the new cycle is a solid new beginning. Pointing me right here. Right? Which was crossed by the 5 of Pentacles, which meant everything's going to be okay. This new cycle is a solid new beginning. It says the same thing. It says it this way, and it says it this way. And it says it over here too. Because we got victory if you allow it to flow. So Wheel of Fortune just backs up that 9 of Wands. It's powerful energy. Everything's changing. Completely different from what it was. What's bookending this Ace of Pentacles? This is nice. This is brand new. It's the Page of Pentacles. Alright? Try to always be the student in life. This is the card of the student. Okay? It's very important. I try to teach people this all the time, and I have my whole life. Always, never lose that curiosity. You know, you always hear people say that about like the inner child and stuff, but that's more of a Page of Wands kind of energy. This is the card of the student. This is someone who always wants to learn something new. The universe is saying to avoid the wobble that we've been talking about. Try to look at everything as a little bit of a learning experience, a little bit of an adventure. Try to try to look at new beginnings, especially when they're on a new level, in a new cycle of energy, as a new chance for you to grow. And it's very important. It's very important. This is a very important change that's happening here. Lionsgate this year is very powerful. It's very strong with that North Node energy in there. And I knew the North Node was going to be big this year. That's why I pulled on it when it moved to Taurus in particular back in January. I remember that reading. Very powerful. I'm going to pull on these 2 over here, primarily the High Priestess. I get why Victory wanted to come out with it. So let's pull on the High Priestess here. Okay, let's... Good Lord Almighty. Cards are doing all kinds of jumping around like crazy. Let's pull on the High Priestess. All right, let's see here. And I suppose a little of that 6 of Wands energy will bleed in too. I'll take it into consideration. All right, let's see. Why is the High Priestess here? Why did you give me the High Priestess? What have I been saying about August? I've been saying August comes at you fast. In fact, I think I did a tweet, or I mentioned it at a reading at the end of July, where I said something about it's like bowling, where, you know, the machine sets up the pins and then someone walks up and rolls the ball. Well, by the time August started, the machine was just dropping the pins, but the ball was already 3/4 of the way there. So by the time the machine gets out of the way, the ball hits the pins. August comes at you very fast, and it does. All that right here, High Priestess and 6 of Wands is crossed by the Knight of Swords. This is just brave. This is a brave knight. He's brave. He's got a message. He might have to run through troops to give that message. He might have to run right through a battlefield to give that message. Doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, that makes sense, because this energy coming off this is victory after a long battle energy. And that makes sense. That jibes with its bookend over here, which was crossed by the 9 of Wands. Everybody tired, you know, the tired warrior there, right? You know, it is. It feels like that. It feels like that. It's been a slog. This is just move forward. Follow that intuition and try not to put any wobbles in it. Just let it flow. It's going to come at you fast. The changes are going to happen very quickly. What's on top? Six of Swords. Moving on to calmer waters. Again, it's been choppy. We're moving on from the past here. It's a pretty simple message there. I'm not going to dwell on that. Now, my center card here is red with this Knight of Swords that was crossing here. What is it? The Four of Cups. Moving on from disappointments. You know, again, we have that makes sense. The Four of Cups is disappointments. But it's also about using your discernment on some level. All right? Being picky about what you take a little bit and what you don't take. But in the context here, it being red with the Knight of Swords in this reading, it's about moving on from disappointments. The reason the last cycle has been a bit of a slog, right? You know, we veered off the course of destiny, we'll call it. I'm calling it a cycle because of the World card. But the reason it's been hard to be off the course of destiny is because, well, in part, we're off the course of destiny, and that's our soul's true purpose, which causes the soul a lot of pain. But it's also been hard because we've allowed disappointments. I know the DFs have, and this is your reading, have allowed disappointments to slow down their progress. It's the disappointments that have knocked you off of the course. Someone running from you, for example, your runner in the soulmate cycle. All right? You've allowed that to knock you off course from your soul's true purpose. You were supposed to be learning something from it. Well, all of those lessons are about to become very easy for you to understand if you allow the energy to flow. Now, what's bookending the Six of Swords here? The Knight of Cups. Look at that. Things are very different. This jives well with this here. You know, with this victory card in particular. Victory after a long battle. Again, the universe, when the universe repeats itself in a reading, when it just wants to deliver one message, that's perfection in a reading. I mean, that's how you know a reading is the real deal. That's how you know that it's not just throwing out willy-nilly messages. This is a very coherent message here. Just go with the flow. This Knight of Cups, this is a whole new world for you. This is, the Divine Feminine in particular has a very strong attracting energy around them. You're going to attract a lot of things if you go with the flow, which in and of itself might feel very different for you. In other words, people don't run for a change. How about that? Boy, that'd be a nice trick. But I see that. There's also new love coming your way. You're attracting new soulmates. You guys are attracting soul connections like flies. You really are. Keep that in mind. Please just allow it to flow. Do not let the wobble get you down. That wobble is there. We generate it from within us. It's self-generated. It's human nature. It's nothing you're doing wrong. You're just being a human being. That's all. But honestly, there's a solid new beginning here that's trying to happen. And again, for some of you on that course of destiny, you're supposed to be with this runner that ran from you that we keep seeing, wanting to come back and all that kind of stuff. And for others of you, it's just about the lesson. Either way, it's a win. This is a brand new cycle here. And I've got 2 Ace of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, the World, the Star. I got some power, and a 4 of Wands in the pre-shuffle too. I got some powerful cards here. Let's see if there's anything else the universe wants to tell you. I'm going to pull it off of this Ace of Pentacles because it came up twice. What else you want to tell them, universe? Base it on the Ace of Pentacles energy. Let's see. Anything else? We'll pull 3 cards. We'll see. All right, let's see here. Let's talk to the universe. What else you want to tell everyone? Crossing the, well, you know what? It's a repeat message again from the pre-shuffle. The Star, the King of Cups, and the Moon, and the King of Swords crossing the Ace of Pentacles. That's what it wants to tell you. It wants to tell you, pay attention to what I said in the pre-shuffle. Pay attention to what I said in the pre-shuffle. It's extremely important. And I thought I was going to pull a 4 of Wands. I thought the 4 of Wands was going to come back, right? Because that's what was originally bookending the Moon. But when I asked the universe about this here, I get the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. This is some serious shit. I'm just going to I'm just going to say that that's crossing the Star. And the Sun is a star, by the way. So, I mean, this is some shit here, you know. This is happening. You're going to also, with the King of Swords crossing the Ace of Pentacles, a lot of you in the last phase, if you will, while you were off course, while we were all worried about shit and all up in our head and tired and bummed out about disappointments and things like that, we were in the dark about a lot of stuff, okay? And this applies to my readings too. But as it applies to you, some clarity is coming here, for sure, with the sun in particular. Some clarity is coming here. This is the King of Truth. He knows shit, right? He holds Archangel Michael's sword of truth. He knows some shit. You're going to find out some things. In this cycle, you're not going to be as in the dark. Well, and that's always true if you're following your soul's true purpose. Now, don't get all up in your head about what is my soul's true purpose. I don't know. What do I do? How do I find out? All of those questions are from your brain, and they're just, the answers aren't there. All you're doing there is creating a wobble, creating a block in some way. That's part of that Nine of Wands energy, and it's human nature. It's not you doing anything wrong. It's all just human nature. Don't ask too many questions. This is one of those don't ask why. Don't ask questions, just follow the energy wherever it takes you, okay? In other words, with the High Priestess landing here, with the victory, what the universe is saying is, everything I've told you about the cycle changing, everything's going to be okay, it's a solid new beginning, you're getting corrected on your proper course of destiny, your soul's true purpose. Yep, all of that is true, but the universe is saying, it's all from the intuition. It's all just flowing from the soul. Your soul knows where to go. All right, if you ask too many questions, if you get in your head, try and figure it out. If you don't know what your soul's true purpose is, thinking about it is never going to bring you the answer. The answer is the answer, if you will. The King of Swords knows the truth, is the truth, speaks the truth. And this victory card here, it's all going to come from it'll all show up in due time. All right, it will. I got the moon here again. Again, a lot of it happens beneath the surface. Your soul knows where to go. All right, it's already programmed into the soul's GPS. It's perfectly fine. Just flow with the energy. You're going to jam it up in part by asking too many questions or trying to figure out what your soul's true purpose is. Your soul's true purpose finds you. It's like what I told you about those feathers. Everybody, we talked about feather energy in recent readings. We had black feather, gray feather, brown feather, and it was all coming up like crazy. And I know from my Twitter feed, I haven't been there much the last couple of days, sorry about that, but I know from my Twitter feed, y'all been finding feathers all over the place and all that kind of stuff. Keep in mind, you don't go looking for them. All right? If you go looking for them, it's not the same thing. It finds you. You're just walking around doing something else, thinking about something else, and all of a sudden, it's just there. That is that. That's how it means something in part. Well, it's the same thing here with the soul's true purpose. It finds you. You don't try to find it. Okay? Your soul knows where to go. So keep in mind, the main message from the universe here, aside from telling you all of this, is the wobble. All right, you know, things are going to feel weird. Things might feel a little off because you're on a new road. It's a brand new road and you don't know the terrain. You used to be on it, but maybe you haven't been on it for a while. All right, it's all new. The cars have reacted differently because it's paved differently and all that kind of stuff. Just go. Just keep driving. It's perfectly fine. That's perfectly normal. Don't ask too many questions. All right? That's your reading. That's where we're at right now. That's the energy around the DF. And this is what's sort of come out here. And it's backed up by the pre-shuffle and right here on the table. Let's just one more card. Anything at all the universe wants to tell you. Let's see what it wants to tell you. I'm going to grab the little animal deck. I'm just going to look at the bottom card when I'm done shuffling, and then we're going to get out of here. All right? Anything else, universe, about this? Is there anything else? If it's a repeat card, then it means no, there's nothing else. Let's just see what the universe wants to tell you. Let's look at the bottom card. Yeah. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands was crossing the world. I already told you about it. It's a repeat card. That tells me that this is probably this Nine of Wands, and the message about the wobble, okay, is about the most important thing for you to know. It's the only thing that could fuck it up, really, or slow it down. It's not really going to fuck it up. You're going there whether you want to or not. But it's better just to go with the flow of energy. So pay attention to what I said around the Nine of Wands. Pay attention to what I said about the wobble. Pay attention to the whole fucking reading, from the pre-shuffle all the way through the end. It'll help you out. It really will. All right. That's your reading. I hope this reading was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. I am going to be pulling on the full moon, probably on Wednesday. And on Thursday, probably, I'm going to pull on Venus and Leo. And we're going to see some serious shit, I'm telling you. And keep in mind, your runner, right, in the soulmate cycle is going through all this shit too. But they don't have, as always, They don't have the benefit of someone like me telling you what's going on with the energy, right? So they're probably in a state of panic over it because everything feels different, which is good. Probably explains why they come running towards you. All right, that's it. That's your reading. Good luck.